A breakthrough in transplant medicine that could soon change the odds for thousands of patients. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has given the go-ahead for human trials involving genetically modified kidneys from a pig engineered to work safely in the human body. And that could be a game changer for the more than 100,000 people in the U.S. currently waiting for an organ donation, the majority of who, about 86%, need a kidney. The average wait time to get one from a human donor is currently 3 to 5 years, but it can take as long as a decade, depending on the recipient. I'm joined now by Paul Conway, the Chair of Policy and Global Affairs for the American Association of Kidney Patients. Great to have you on the program.
Thank you very much.
Paul, we've now seen multiple patients, including Bill Stewart and Tim Andrews, who've received pig kidneys and live dialysis-free. What do these transplants mean for kidney patients across the country?
It's an amazingly optimistic time to be a kidney patient because we're watching history unfold. Your life on dialysis is extremely challenging. It's life-saving, but it limits your ability to pursue your aspirations, including part-time and full-time work. What we're seeing with these patients is when they get transplanted, one of the things they want to do is go back to work and be better engaged in society and with family and friends.
Of course, you've lived, Paul, with kidney disease for nearly 48 years. You had a transplant in 1997. How has your personal journey shaped your views on innovations like pig kidney transplants? And do you view this type of transplant as a potential game changer?
Yeah, I think it's 100% transformative. There's an equivalent period of time, if you look in the late 1950s and early 1960s, when dialysis became more prominent and also transplants. We're at that point now. And in my own journey, I wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for the medical advances and innovators of that period of time, 60 and 75 years ago. But the idea that you can take people who are on the organ waiting list or people who are on dialysis who want to work, want to be engaged, and let them be independent and pursue the things that they've been dreaming about is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Dialysis is a very rugged treatment. And for those who are on hemodialysis, it often leads to dependency and unemployment because it's just that tough to get through weekly treatments 3 times a week.
And of course, kidney disease is often called the silent killer because many don't know they have it until it's too late. How does this late diagnosis impact patients, and how might something like a xenotransplantation, a pig transplant, change their potential outlook?
So for context, what's interesting is these transplants are taking place at a period of time when new medicines are arriving in the marketplace also that slow disease progression and prevent organ failure. So really what we're doing across the globe is putting an emphasis on early detection, early intervention. You'll have a lot of people that don't even have to go on dialysis or pursue a transplant. But for those who are on the waiting list around the world, or for parents who have children with kidney disease, and they might be thinking 10 or 15 years from now, that child might need dialysis or might need a human organ transplant. Pig organs and xenotransplantation offer another option. And it's just such an inspiring thing, having watched my parents and the challenges and emotions they went through, which were devastating when they found out I had kidney disease. You wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But in this period of time right now, you're looking at a chance to transform the way medicine and care is done, not just in the US and in Europe, but literally around the world.
Yeah, I want to get that global perspective from you because over 850 million people worldwide are affected by kidney disease, including someone in my immediate family. How significant is it that the FDA has approved the clinical trials for pig kidney transplants in terms of global impact?
Well, from a global impact standpoint, FDA is the platinum standard for regulatory approvals around the world. They're looked to by many, many countries, and so is the EMA in Europe. But the significance of it is it's a major green light to other regulators around the world that this is a serious technology that's evolving very quickly. And the pathway for it is important that the FDA shines a light on that. And then for governments around the world and for major medical societies around the world, it's also a very clear signal that there is a new innovation that is coming into the marketplace that may be able to transform status quo dialysis and kidney care and then bring new kidney care to areas of the world that are poor, that don't have the infrastructure, the water, the power to do standard dialysis. So it's a really breathtaking moment to think that we've progressed this quickly, really driven by people that are committed to innovation, medical experts, and very brave and courageous patients.
Yeah. And just from a patient perspective, your survey showed over 70% of patients would accept an FDA-approved pig kidney, but with caution. What are the main concerns patients have about this new treatment?
Well, some of the things that they want to know is they want to know how long the kidney will last. They want to know whether or not a pig kidney that is genetically modified will have less demand for immunosuppressive drugs to keep the organ maintained. So, for example, a human kidney, you have to take immunosuppressives the rest of your life. Many of those drugs are 20 or 30 years old, and they can have incredible side effects like cancer, gastrointestinal issues, and things like that. In my lifetime, I've taken over 170,000 pills to maintain my kidney. And so there's a sensitivity with patients. They want to know that these pig kidneys might offer an alternative to rugged immunosuppression. The other thing that they're taking a look at is what is the comparison and the comparative value of this to them. Will it be an alternative to what their life expectancy is and what they may endure on dialysis, and also what they may have to endure by continuing to wait on the waiting list for organs?
It's really such a fascinating development. Really great to get your perspective. Paul Conway, Chair of Policy and Global Affairs for the American Association of Kidney Patients. Appreciate your time, and we wish you all the very best in health. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, a fugitive father has been killed in a shootout with New Zealand police. Coming up, we'll explain how the armed confrontation led to the discovery of 3 missing children.
The whole